Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Hiawatha number 9120-US10B. This is a satin oxidized oil rubbed bronze spring loaded plunger style doorstop. This is the traditional design, this 9120. I have personally seen this exact design, and quite frankly, likely with the identical sort of dimensions for the screw holes, dating on doors that I know were original from the 1950s. This is a very classic sort of design that is going to be typical and common for plunger style door holders, and quite frankly is the most common of the different shapes, the different manufacturers who make them, of which there are obviously several, but this is a real common one. The Hiawatha finish on their US10B is certainly nice and attractive. It's faithful to US10B. I would have no reservations about using them. Okay. Available in all of the common architectural finishes, your brass, your bronze, your chrome, obviously oil rubbed. This is a spring-loaded plunger style stop. Plunger, you get the concept that it's why it's called a plunger. A spring stop, spring-loaded, because when you push on this, okay, it extends your plunger, compresses the spring back behind there. A little piece of felt that is there so that when you release the trigger, ouch, oh, that was close, doesn't make such a rattle. Okay. Replaceable tip that's here. There's a link below this video to a link where you can buy the replacement tips only. This is the style that features a screw that holds it in. Now let's give you some dimensions of this. They have it at 5 3/8 projection. That's obviously going to be more of a reference to the height of the body of the unit, 5 3/8. The width, 1 7/8 is what they're saying this to be. Not really sure where they're coming up with the 1 7/8. Let's take a look. There's a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure where it shows this and Hiawatha's sister products to the 9120. Okay. Trying with the tape measure to determine what these dimensions refer to. Obviously the height of 5 3/8 makes sense. They've got an 1 3/8 by 1 7/8. You know, the width of the back of the body, you know, 1 1/4. Width to the outside of the mounting tabs and the centers as well. Get my fingers out of the way there. 2 9/16. You can see there that the centers are going to be right in the range of about 2 inch. Measure this down on my desktop to give you a better idea, because you likely, oh yeah, 2 inch is going to work out really well. You're likely replacing existing. The vertical center to center on the screw holes, 4 5/16. Yep, 4 5/16. Top of that screw hole down to the center of that screw hole down to the bottom, about 4 5/16. It's not uncommon for manufacturers' pages to have either just simply typos or old data that they've not updated. Could be that the data that I physically in possession is not updated, but nonetheless now you know what everything is dimensionally, the actual article. So that projection from the bottom of the body to the bottom of the tip, 3/8 of an inch, full extension. It's going to bring it down to 1 7/8. So you're looking at 1 1/2 of total projection. No. Yeah, 1 1/2. So 3/8 plus 1 1/2, 1 7/8. You're in real good shape there. So you know that you'll get a lot of projection. Some people will ask, you know, how smooth is this? Will the tip hold it on a highly polished or very smooth floor? The answer is sometimes they don't, is the bottom line. There needs to be some sort of friction that occurs. This is certainly soft, and I would still classify it as certainly quite durable, but nonetheless, You know, even with those rings, it's not especially smooth, there's no doubt. But I suppose if your door closer was certainly, you know, the cylinder was high enough, it was a fixed cylinder, and you had an especially smooth surface, you could have an issue there. I mention it only because, you know, 1 out of 1,000 times someone will ask. Hiawatha, the name is synonymous with trim and auxiliary hardware. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up the full line product catalog and review all things Hiawatha hardware related. The truth about Hiawatha, in my experience, is that it is very good quality material. I'm always pleased with the fit and finish. I don't have anything negative to say about it. Their lead times, however, are everything that they do is made to order generally, or created upon receipt of order. If it's an especially small order, an order of 1 or 2 items, you can expect to wait, you know, 2-3 weeks for sure to get something, because it has to go onto the stock order sort of thing. Otherwise, generally, if it's custom made, that stuff is 2 weeks. I've seen it bump into 3 and lapse even a little bit further. But in those instances where it was truly custom made, like custom door pulls, the material is well worth the wait. It's good quality material. The best thing about Hiawatha, if you're set on using them, plan ahead. Simply just plan ahead. Order with enough time so that we can get our hands on it in an ample, with an ample lead time. If you have any questions on the Hiawatha 9120-US10B or any other Hiawatha product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.